I haven't done one thing here. Where is it? This one's good. This one's not good. Okay. So we can start. All right. So seems like we are live now. Let me quickly confirm the sound. The mic is working fine. Apparently it is. Just one more moment. All right. Okay, yeah, definitely. Definitely everything is working fine. So let's start. My name is Hightech, and on this live stream I talk about what has just happened in the crypto market, regarding 11 years of my experience. We look at it through my lenses, and I tell you, what I think about it, what's my take, somewhere in between the lines, and explain you what Hightech meme coin is, the only project I promote here, and why you might be interested. So, yeah, Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's switch the screens. If you guys have any questions, of course, ask me. Don't hesitate. Ask me in the live chat. As soon as I notice, I will give you my take on whatever you're throwing at me. So yeah, so as you see, after yesterday, we are recovering slightly. The crypto market is not looking the best, but at least we finally have a little bit more of green bubbles here on crypto bubbles, as you see. And Bitcoin dominance, it could be looking better, to be honest. At least it's not, skyrocketing from here. It's having a little bit of a struggle. Together with yesterday's daily and today's daily, we still have not engulfed the daily candle from 29th. So that's somewhat, okay. Of course, we still have plenty of time left to actually print here a red daily, and my hopes are high for it. Even though yesterday, so Thursday, we closed in red, so that means today is supposed to be somewhat sideways / red as well. Why? Because recent weeks, recent months, whenever Thursday is bad, then the rest of the week is also bad. But SPY, as you see, pre-market price is higher than yesterday's close, so maybe who knows? Maybe we finally correlate with S&P 500 because SPY reflects S&P 500, and maybe it's not going to be that bad. Of course, I hope that will be the case. One thing about statistics that you should probably know is that the longer something happens, the more likely it will stop. It will stop happening, right? There will be some sort of a pause, and that, let's say, record of Thursdays, red Thursdays, what was following shortly after is kind of uncanny. Like, I don't know, for the last few months even. So that is why, maybe we will finally get an exception from that rule. That would be nice. It's 31st of October, so last day of October. Tomorrow we are starting November. Supposedly the most bullish month in the crypto market. So it should translate to something. Share, like, and subscribe, guys. If you, by whatever accident, are watching this live stream live, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's the most important. So yeah, that one, the fact that pre-market on SPY is so much higher than yesterday's close, it gives me a little bit of hope. Maybe this time is going to be different. That will be a nice change. The daily so far is green on Bitcoin chart, as you see. not a huge countering reaction against what we've seen on Thursday, but nonetheless, still better to see a green daily than a red one. But like I said, probably it's going to be boring for the rest of the weekend. Saturday, Sunday. I rather, get positively surprised than negatively disappointed. So hopefully, in the worst case scenario, we'll just go sideways and that's it. The one thing, as I already said you yesterday, or actually several hours ago, the one thing I completely did not see happening is a huge correction from here. That is in my mind something highly improbable. I don't really see that coming to us, at least not anytime soon. We will probably have to go much higher than this. I watched Steve from Crypto Crew University, and according to his models, I mean, he's not, let's say, anyone I would be basing myself on when it comes to, let's say, taking whatever kind of decision in the crypto market. Because as you guys probably already know, especially those that watch me from time to time, I have my own trading systems for it, and I do not trade manually. I don't do anything manually. I just wrote my trading strategy, my own trading algorithm, and it all trades for me. But from time to time, out of pure curiosity, I will give it a chance and check who is saying what. And yeah, and Steve from Crypto Crew University, well, he shares my opinion apparently. So he doesn't see this market really going down now. I mean, he gives it a very small chance of probability. So same as me, same as me. Nice to see because he's one of those, let's say, reasonable guys in let's say crypto YouTube influencing scene. So that's cool. And yeah, but at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But external factors are definitely standing in opposition to anybody who wants to see this market collapsing here. That could be a little bit too much to ask. So yeah, so far I see the visibility of the live stream is not the best because I've got only 2 views. That's very little. Maybe it will get better later on, hopefully. So yeah, from what I've seen on weekly time frame, liquidation heat map demonstrates us that there is much more liquidity sitting above the price. Because here on 24 hours, as you see, we have a concentration of liquidity beneath, but when we switch over to the weekly, we'll see this proportion is quite vast. What is above the price against what is below the price, there is like literally day and night difference, a huge one. Funny enough, whenever we switch over to monthly, it will not be looking like that anymore. Take a look. It takes some time loading. Yeah, you see? Here I don't really see it. Go back to weekly. Takes a long time. Yeah, it looks like this, right? So with that sort of a picture, it's oh damn. Sorry guys, I had a small disconnection here. So yeah, with this sort of a picture, it's very difficult to, be betting on the price going lower. With this, let's say, accumulation of liquidity must be a very, yummy meal for market makers to, deepen their teeth into it. So it convinces me even more that we should not see any further, downward price action. Allow me to quickly confirm, are we really back here? Have not engulfed. Meal for... Okay, we are. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit by it. I hate when it happens. I absolutely hate when it happens. For the whole day, since early morning, I was using this internet connection and it did not cut me off even once. The moment I start live streaming, it starts to cut me off. So that's really, really annoying. But it is what it is. So yeah. So let's say the politics was going on in United States of America, financial side of things. Also, geopolitically, everything points to the stock market going higher, and that'll probably give a little bit of a boost to, at least a little bit of a boost to the crypto market with power of capital rotation. The money will come over from the traditional side of the market. It will be very weird if you don't see anything like that. The gold keeps correcting as well, so probably capital rotation is already taking place there. Let me show it to you. Yeah, as you see, yesterday we had a little bit of a rebound. As you see here, this is green daily. So far, current daily is in red. Although I must admit it looks kind of bullish. So maybe this rebound is going to last a little bit longer. We'll see. But it is possible this correction will last. It will last much more than it already lasted, with small bounces on the way down. And I'm not saying this is over. The game is over for gold. Absolutely not. I don't believe it is. I think gold will see still higher all-time highs than it already showed us. But still, this correction probably will last much longer than it's lasting for now. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Oh my god, I feel amazingly sleepy out of a sudden. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's go over to altcoins chart. So others. Yeah, and here as you see, we are still resting on the 245 to 50 zone. And yesterday's daily was strongly red, but we still did not close below 245. So that's good, that's bullish. And now we are even trying to recover and climb back above 250. So that's good. The longer we sit here, the more bears get exhausted, and the more bulls they take control over the situation here. That's something to expect. That will happen. That will take place. And me, I'm absolutely sure it's ahead of us. I don't think we will have any second Black Swan event like the one we just saw on Friday 10th of this month. I could be wrong on that, of course, but statistically speaking, things like that they do not really occur that often. I mean, it actually happened for the first time in 10 years. In the altcoin market, I think it happened for the first time. Period. It never had happened before like that. So yeah. Oh, I'm really disappointed with the reception this live stream is getting because it's just 7 views, so that means YouTube is not really showing it to anybody. But who knows? Maybe that's for the better because I'm so sleepy. It's unbelievable. I'll be live streaming later today as well, so worry not. Probably I will be in slightly better shape than now. So not as slow. Nonetheless, guys, if you have any questions, ask me in the live chat. And here it starts to look better and better. But probably before we get any sustainable pumps, we'll have to wait until Monday. I'm guessing. Today's trading session on S&P 500. I mean, it may be bullish, but it might be also quite stagnant. If we have any corrections, those will not be very deep. Those probably will not exceed what we already have seen this week, and that's it. And will remain. And we will close the weekly session in the same fashion as we've been doing so far. That's what I'm guessing before they open. Well, what I definitely want to see is, of course, Bitcoin dominance breaking down. And this motherfucker is so stubborn, is unbelievable. Way too stubborn than it should be, than it's supposed to be. But apparently, that's the way it must be in order to unfold the really sizable altcoin rally. I think, if that is what it takes for it to happen and be absolutely amazing, then I'm willing to pay the price. Why not? So yeah, okay, let's take a look at what's going on X so far. So Standard Chartered, as you see, tokenized real world assets could hit $2 trillion by 2028. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. With the vast majority built on Ethereum, probably not. Ethereum is way too expensive, way too slow. Andrew Tate, so the G, he says, everyone hates banks, houses are too expensive, Bitcoin is the solution. For now, yes. For how long it will manage to stay like that? I already said it many times on these live streams. I wouldn't bet my head on it that it stays like that forever. It's rather unlikely. But for the next few years, it should be let's say, a solution. Vivek Sen, Robert Kiyosaki says even 0.01 Bitcoin is going to be priceless in 2 years. Depends on where you live. If you live in the third world, then yes. in a country of a third world, then yes. Bitcoin will still have very sharp corrections. So we will see how far it will go this cycle. Once it reaches the peak, it will correct like at least minus 80. Don't doubt that. So it's good to stay level-headed anyway, because that there are many forms of suppression of this market, and at some point they will take place. Let's say the opponents of this side of global finance will try to pull that card. Just seeing Goldman Sachs now offers Ethereum options trading. That doesn't really help Ethereum, just more betting. Bitmain buys the dip and adds for 44,000 Ethereum worth 166 million to its treasury. Yeah, Tom Lee is basically a Michael Saylor of Ethereum right now. I think he can easy bet on Ethereum going to 7K. 7K is like a fairly conservative target. I think it gives you quite a decent odds of reaching. But like I said so many times before, there are much better bets than Ethereum here in this space. So yeah, I'm not betting on Ethereum, even though I consider that trade of a very high certainty is going to get to 7K. I still don't bet big on it. I bet on it same as on everything else. So yeah. Okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up. For now, I will be live streaming later on because I see I just literally don't get any reception, so it makes little to no sense for me to keep going. Maybe when I switch it on slightly later, it will get better. So don't forget about sharing, liking, and subscribing. And see you sometime soon.